Hey, what's going on, guys? Got a very special omnibus video today because it's one of my favorite omnibuses. It was a sleeper hit of the year for me when this omnibus came out. And, I thought it was getting a restock, not a reprint necessarily, but now I can't seem to find any information on that. So if anyone knows if this is getting restocked in certain places, please let me know because I want to encourage as many people as possible to pick it up. And this is, of course, the Excalibur Omnibus Volume 1. We've got a Volume 2 coming in November or towards the tail end of November. But you know what? Without further ado, let's jump right into the omnibus. All right, and there it is on the left there. That's what it looks like on a shelf for all of those who love looking at the spine. As you can see, mine's got Captain Britain on it. That's because I went with this cover, which we'll get a better look at here in a second. The variant cover, which is a bit more British, sorry about that, has Megan on the spine instead. Alright guys, so here it is in all its glory, the Excalibur Omnibus, and like I said, this is the cover I went with. I really like it. I think it looks super awesome. You've got the whole team there. Rachel Summers, aka Phoenix, Shadowcat, aka Kitty Pryde, Nightcrawler, Captain Britain, and Megan. Let's take a look at the back. The sword is drawn, and you get sort of the classic, what they used to do on every single Marvel Omnibus. All the covers and everything that's collected in the book, which, this collects Excalibur 1 through 34. Of course, the Excalibur Special Edition, which is sort of the coming together of the team. And then, some other Excalibur appearances that we can talk about as we flip through this bad boy. And on this omnibus, we get a beautiful wraparound cover. Phoenix. Anytime there's Phoenix artwork or a Phoenix cover, it is just automatically so beautiful and so stunning to look at, I think. We've got Nightcrawler looking very stoic there. Kitty Pryde again. Look at all that. Very awesome stuff. Alright, so let's jump into this omnibus. Let's talk about what it is, why you should care, and perhaps why I enjoy it so much. So, Excalibur. It all starts with this Excalibur Special Edition issue. This takes place after Fall of the Mutants. Kitty Pryde and Nightcrawler, they think their whole team is, dead pretty much. And so they end up here across the pond with a new team that forms in this issue. And that team, as I mentioned, consists of Captain Britain, Megan, Shadowcat, Nightcrawler, and Rachel Summers, Phoenix. So, Kitty's having bad dreams and everything. Her and Nightcrawler, I think, are healing from some pretty substantial injuries that, they ran into during the whole Fall of the Mutants storyline. Kitty is having trouble with her phasing. She's like, she'll wake up in the middle of the night, it'll be a nightmare, and, she is just, like, unable to turn tangible again. And, man, look at that artwork. This is where the werewolves come in, too. So if you're currently reading, the current X-Men stuff, and you saw Rachel Summers with her little werewolf, you get a nice introduction to them here, which they're basically just these little creatures, almost like gremlins in a way, from the Mojoverse. That are just very chaotic. They cause mayhem, and it's pretty hardcore because they literally steal people's skin, murder them, and then wear the skin as a disguise. And as you're probably already starting to see, even in this first special edition issue, Excalibur's kind of looking pretty wild. And I think that's one of the reasons that I like Excalibur a lot. I went into this expecting sort of more traditional X-Men storylines, because I'd been reading a lot of X-Men and didn't know anything about Excalibur. But instead, what I got was all of these crazy, inventive, experimental storylines involving two of my favorite X-Men, Kitty Pryde and Nightcrawler. And then I learned to love Rachel Summers through this. This is a big reason why she's one of my favorite characters as well. I hate Captain Britain. I think he's a bit of a scumbag, a jerk, and a Boy Scout. Sorry, Captain Britain fans, but I love Megan. And, I will say, part of the reason I also don't like Captain Britain is because Megan and Nightcrawler have a lot of romantic tension in this story. and I really want them to get together. But I know in current continuity they aren't together because Captain Britain is with Meghan, and so it irritates me. There, I said it. And boom, at the end of this special edition, the sword is drawn, they form their team, Excalibur. And then, we start getting into these monthly comic books of Excalibur, where they face a bunch of different goons and whatnot, and they go on a variety of crazy adventures that, just seem to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and more wild and more wild and more wild. I always thought that panel of Meghan, the way she watches TV, was funny. And, this, like many X-Men books that I enjoy, yes, part of the reason that it's so good. Look at the Alan Davis Phoenix artwork. That's amazing. This is on the back of the single issues. If you pick them up ever, if you see them out and about, you'll probably get them for like $1 because literally I think so many people don't care about Excalibur, even though it's amazing. What was I saying? The reason I really like this is, yes, because the inventive experimental story arcs. Yes, because the storytelling is very unique. But most of all, and like with most good X-Men books, it's because the characters are written so well. Their perspectives, their point of views are written as true to the character as I think they've ever been. And the dynamic of these people interacting with each other is really amazing to see. I mean, Nightcrawler and Kitty, they have their rapport already. Like I said, Nightcrawler and Meghan, they get their rapport going on, and it's very fun to watch. Captain Britain and Meghan have some struggles in their relationship. But then Kitty and Rachel Summers, they have a great friendship. And, everyone's getting along pretty much. Although Captain Britain is a jerk a lot, and people are like, dude, you're being such a jerk. And he's like, no, I'm not a jerk. I'm Captain Britain. He, Cyclops fans will get mad at me, but he reminds me of Cyclops in a way, of how whiny and how Boy Scouty and how annoying he can be at times. Awesome Kitty Pryde artwork. Something I really like about this run, too, is that they remember that Kitty Pryde is a tech kid, She really knows a lot about technology and circuitry. And so, they highlight that in this art page right here, but also in the book. She uses technology sometimes. Lockheed, of course, is always an awesome addition to any comic book. And so there's Juggernaut stomping Captain Britain. What a nerd, am I right? Look at that outfit. No, I do kind of think Captain Britain looks cool sometimes, but like I said, have you gotten the idea that I'm not a big fan of his character? Because I'm not. So yeah, there's like a little prison break in this issue. And another reason that Excalibur is so cool is because they are based out of this lighthouse. Like, I don't know why. I thought that was really, really cool. It's like, oh, this like mutant team that is, they're kind of government sanctioned, actually. I think they are, yeah. Mutant team, government sanctioned, based out of a lighthouse, like just, going about and going on these crazy multiversal adventures. There's some Meghan and Nightcrawler action. Look, Nightcrawler is the shoulder that Meghan cries on a lot in this book, too, because Captain Britain's a jerk. He pretty much is cheating on her with this woman. I don't remember if they actually kiss or not. But, if we're going to count emotional cheating, which we definitely probably should, yeah, he's definitely emotionally cheating on Meghan. And then Luke just goes and runs back to her, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Excalibur loves doing this with their covers, where it's sort of a fourth wall breaking cover. I think I've mentioned that before. This is the Captain Britain costume that I like a lot more than the one that he's wearing during this run. So, they go up against all crazy sorts of things, like I mentioned. They end up going against Arcade in this, and it's really fun because, the insanity of Excalibur mixed with the inherent insanity of Arcade. It's just a good combination. This, train from a different dimension, comes in, and, this sort of leads to a whole other... I think it's like a 12-issue or even longer than that, like a 16-issue storyline, which is called the Cross-Time Capers. And in my opinion, it went on way too long. They said it was going to be 12 issues, I think, or even less than that, and then they just kept going. And even one of the covers of one of the issues is like, we said it would stop, but it hasn't stopped yet. It's the Cross Time Capers, part 16. And you're like, well, I kind of want to move on to something else at this point. The first stuff was interesting, but you drug it out. Inferno happens in this, and we get the Excalibur Inferno crossover issues, which are also collected in the X-Men Inferno Omnibus. Rachel Summers gets turned into a mannequin, and then this little dude, you know, he like wants to marry her, and he like notices she's got the power of the Phoenix within her, and he's like, well, dude, I'm totally gonna marry her, and I guess somehow steal the power of the Phoenix, which is pretty funny. See, there he is, a little goblin from Limbo and Love. And this is just creepy. The mannequin, Rachel Summers, is really creepy. And also, if you don't know what Inferno is pretty much just this huge X-Men event where in New York, what you need to know for this is in New York, there are demons from Limbo attacking and inanimate objects are coming to life. So like Nightcrawler is fighting cars, Kitty and Captain Britain, they go to a movie theater and they actually get sucked in the movie. So we get some homages to Rambo here. Obviously, you can tell that's Nightmare on Elm Street going on right there with the glove. There's Nightcrawler fighting the cars. He has a poignant talk with a gargoyle. You know, doing high school slasher stuff here with Kitty Pryde. There's that gargoyle talk. I mean, just cool stuff. I'm glad that you know, everything that was thrown at Excalibur, they were able to roll with super well in regards to what was going on in the Marvel Universe at this time, and just keep on heightening their insanity. Awesome Megan look there. She gets her own little Madeline Pryor Inferno style during this. We get an appearance from the New Mutants, who are also great. Rachel Summers, always drawn so cool. Think we're into the Cross-Time Capers stuff now. Yeah, see, they're fighting like multiversal Nazi versions of themselves and whatnot. It's pretty wild. Look at the fashion, guys. Come on. How can you not love that fashion? That's a statement for sure. Yeah, see, look at that. Nazi Captain Britain versus classic Captain Britain. And then there's like Nazi Nightcrawler, Kitty Pryde, who of course you probably know is Jewish, and they use her sort of as like a mutant hunting dog. It's pretty messed up. So kind of dark, but you know, really fun. And you know, that's just one of the dimensions they go to. They also like go to one where it's like medieval and they're fighting dragons and knights and whatnot. Blame it on the Phoenix. Look at that cover. Amazing. Amazing stuff. So really, guys, if you're into X-Men and you want to branch out into like a different X-Men territory, this is something I would highly recommend. And you know, you don't have to be British. You don't have to know a lot about the UK or England to get the full fulfillment of this book. Nightcrawler MVP covering up Kitty there. But yeah, you don't have to be like you don't have to live in England or whatever to appreciate Excalibur. I think some people see that and they see it's a UK-based team and they're a little put off because they're like, well, I mean, I'm a American, brother. I don't know if I want to read about the UK or I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just saying it is a ubiquitous book that anybody can pick up and read and enjoy. If you like really inventive, experimental, sometimes absurdist, sometimes existential comic books, then this is definitely going to be a read for you that I would highly, highly recommend. And, you know, I want everyone to buy this and buy volume 2. Here we go. Cross-Time Capers starts here. And buy volume 2 so that we can maybe get a volume 3 and maybe a volume 4 and maybe other Excalibur runs if that's possible or if they exist out there. Here's their little dragon-powered train as they go through the multiverse. Weird stuff, guys. Really weird stuff. They fight some Avengers. You know, alternate versions and whatnot. Phoenix has to deal with Galactus. I mean, Literally, they throw everything at these guys. Little warlord of John Carter, warlord of Mars, is it? Homage cover there. So, you know, the book, when they're doing this crosstown caper stuff especially, it will change on a whim. It'll be Western one issue. It'll be sci-fi one issue. Then we'll go medieval another issue. And then we'll just get really crazy. We'll go like, I don't know, an alien planet where, you know, all these characters are running amok. Let's just say every single storyline in this, you're going to be surprised by. And you're going to be surprised by how much you like the characters and how much you like seeing them interact. I think you'll be surprised by the moments of poignancy. I mean, we have Nightcrawler in this, right? He's one of the great philosophers of X-Men land. X-Men land. Anyway, guys, I will try. I'll end this here because I want to keep this short, but I could talk about Excalibur for a long time. I just want to give you, you know, a flip through so you can also take in some of the amazing artwork. That's when Kitty Pryde goes to like an all-girls school for a while, and it turns into like a Mean Girls type story, which you would not expect in this, and you might not think you'd like that, but you probably will, because it's executed very well, and it's executed within the realm and reign of X-Men. Very, very awesome stuff. All right, guys, I'm going to end the video here, but do me a favor. Get Excalibur Omnibus 2, get one if you can. Find a way to read these stories and pick up as many Excalibur books as you can, because we want them to print more. We want Marvel to print more of them. We want them to know we like Excalibur. Extras in the back here. Justice, truth, hope, the legend continues. Like I said, awesome Excalibur art. There's the wraparound cover again. So good. So good. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for indulging me if you made it all the way through this video. And please let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please subscribe if you like the channel. I'm posting a bunch of omnibus overviews, reviews, etc. Anything comic book related. So thank you and take care.